that I wanted to learn Russian because I've got a stepsister in Russia which my father abandoned when she was a kid lol. That I was actually 20 when I was a senior in high school because I was so smart. Their reasoning was, I failed twice so that's why I knew all the answers. Made no sense to me. They really got confused when I took out my ID and showed them I was actually 16 and skipped 2 grades. About 2 months into my senior year, a new girl started at school. She started hanging out with our group, but I was out sick the first week she was there. All my friends convinced her that I was mentally retarded. Cue to me coming back to school and her treating me really weird. I asked my friends what was up and they confessed what they had done. Do you know how hard it is to convince someone you're not retarded when they already think you are? There's no such thing as proof, and simply saying I'm not retarded really doesn't have the weight you think it does. It was 6 months before she finally believed me. Stepsister said that I had been undergoing that emo phase and hid in my room. In reality, I was just trying to avoid her because I found her annoying. It escalated to the point where I literally had to get 3 classes changed in high school just because I hated her so much. Once I was pooped on by a bird and it got on my lip and rumor spread that I ate bird shit. I had to go to my science teacher every Friday to work on my progress instead of going to lunch. So everyone thought I had a relationship with my science teacher since she was fresh out of college. In 4th grade, a friend of mine told our whole class that I had tried to kill her during summer break by drowning her in a pool at my birthday party. This resulted in me losing most of my friends. However, later on in the year everyone somehow found out that the rumor wasn't true and also realized what a huge bitch she actually was. During freshman year of high school, somebody started saying that I was a part of some big drug ring in our all-white suburban school. Let's just say I got a lot of people asking me for drugs and a lot of visits from the deans. Turns out it was my girlfriend that started this rumor. When I was in grade 11 I transferred to a new school for an acting program they offered. I was 6 feet 6 inches at the time. Also, the year before there were rumors of an undercover cop being at the school next year. As such, people thought it was me. It got to the point where, when I ended up dating someone, people at the school, who didn't not know I wasn't one, were calling her aside telling her to be careful. One actually came up to her and told her that he knew I was a cop and was gonna report me to my unit for dating a student. Meanwhile I was best friends with the school druggies and went to a lot of parties. Once while at a summer camp between 7th and 8th grade, I was struck by lightning. When I got back to school the next fall, everyone started congratulating me for coming out of the closet. I was so confused until my friend explained that some kid started a rumor that when you get struck by lightning you become a homosexual. Even teachers and the principal of my school congratulated me. Turns out, they all assumed I was gay and just came out to other students. This ultimately ended up with a local senator coming to our school and handing me a letter expressing how strong an influence I was for the young LGBT people in my state. It eventually stopped when the local news came to my house and asked my mom what it was like to have a 13-year-old gay son in the South. When I was 12 I didn't know what being gay meant. My friends told me it was when a guy likes a guy. So, naturally, I thought I was gay because I too, as a girl, liked guys, and told my friends I was gay. When I graduated high school every student and teacher had heard I was gay. It wasn't until I visited my hometown with my male fiancé after graduating university did I find out about the rumor I had accidentally started myself as a kid. When I was 17 I had a seizure at work, which was a Saturday job in a small town pharmacy. It was nearly the end of the day and there weren't enough other staff members for the shop to legally be open, so they shooed out the few customers and closed early. The following Saturday it felt like every other customer was telling me about that poor girl who died here last week, with one little old lady swearing up and down that she'd watched the paramedics wheel out the corpse. She was very disappointed when I told her that I was still very much alive and that the paramedics didn't even get called. The pharmacist was like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that people thought you died. Thanks for the heads up. In year 7 there was a rumor spreading that I was a master gambler who knew every little trick to playing poker and earned $500 a month. The reason why this was so troublesome was because I was in an Islamic school and gambling is forbidden in my religion. So I got sent to the principal's office and he had questioned if I really was gambling. I told him my card game is Hearthstone. Someone said I had a testicle stuck in my chest. One time I was in the schoolyard during lunch and was talking to an ex-friend about an incident that happened between him and my other friend. Eventually, he went to walk away and gave me a tiny push, so I pushed him back. He turns around and takes off his bag and comes right up in my face. At this point, some kids started watching. I guess he thought he was scaring me, but I just stood there with my arms crossed staring at him like a fucking boss. Then he took a step backwards and continued to talk. He backed down from the fight. 2 days later, one kid from my class came up to me and said, "Hey, Sean, did you back down from a fight with that kid? Course you said you did." The prick told everyone I backed down from the fight when I actually did nothing and he backed down. In year 8, I had to stay off school because I was so ill and my doctor told me to stay at home for at least a month. Little did I know, one of my friends had joked about why I wasn't attending school and said that I had died in a car crash. After just one day, the whole school believed that I had died, and the whole school had to go to the hall for a speech. A few teachers, including the head/principal, all said compliments about me. Great student, loved by all, etc. And over 30 of my friends, including my friend that spread this rumor. After another 3 weeks, people were still in shambles that I had died. The next Monday, I arrived 1 week before the end of term and got hugs, shocks, and confused faces by everyone in my school. Next episode's question is, what is something someone said that forever changed your way of thinking? You can use the link below to submit your answer. The best submissions will be featured next episode.